Okay, welcome to War Master Podcast. A little bit of a longer video today. Firstly, to look at some models, 28mm, because I've been toying around with the old world, and I've got some 3D printing capabilities. I've had them for a while now, and I was looking for some STLs for my orcs, just to add, because I've got a lot of stuff. Well, I don't have everything, especially the more kind of recent additions to the army. So I was looking for some STLs on Cult 3D, as you do. And being a cheap bastard, I was looking for free STLs. So I came across, I played a game with Gary in the day, and in the evening I was thinking, oh, I want to shift up my army a little bit, maybe bring some bigger stuff. So I was looking on Cult, and I found some designs of some squigs, and these are aquatic trolls. I thought, oh, they look pretty cool. They're quite detailed for free STLs, but I didn't have any time. I was just sat watching telly and looking. So I downloaded these. There was like a dozen different aquatic trolls. There was some of these, I think they call them cave trolls or something, cave squigs, and then some night goblin heroes that were some without the little cave squiggies running on, and some with the cave squig. So I downloaded these, thinking nothing of it, and then the next day I printed out these trolls. So basically they've got to go on 40mm bases. I'll show you the Grandma Wendy one that came with a Battle for Skull Pass or whatever it was back in the day. So it comes on 40mm bases, and these things, when I put them on into, I think I'd use Lychee or something, they were enormous. So I thought, oh, I'm going to have to take these down quite a way. So I did, and now they fit width-wise pretty well on a 40mm base, which is what we're looking for. And then I didn't check this, but if you look at scale-wise, the arms are pretty similar in broadness, so that's pretty good. And the height, yeah, they're a bit shorter, but they're kind of hunched over. So I don't think that's too bad. I think they'll fit pretty well on the 40mm base, which is the important bit, so they can rank up. And they don't look too out of scale, apart from the fact they're hunched over. So there were 12 of these. I thought, well, they look a little bit fiddly, and some of the bits look a bit small now. I've shrunk them down, because I did take them down maybe to 67%. I missed the support there. That always happens. Whenever I get anything out on camera, I spot all the bloody supports I didn't take off. But that's just an occupational hazard. So I printed these off, and I thought, oh, I really quite like these. They didn't come supported, so you got to do a little bit of work. But I mean, if you've a bit of a long beard at this game now, it's not tremendously difficult to kind of generate supports, even if it is just for a one-off. It's obviously much easier to, once you've done the supports, if you're selling them like constantly, then you only have to do the work once. Whereas for this job, here's another support there, and I'm not going to pick it off because I'm going to break the spines. Anyway, so 12 of these came off. So I did 6, sorry. There were 12 miniatures to look at. I picked 6, printed them off. That filled a bed, because I've only got a relatively small bed on a Photon Mono. I thought, oh, bloody hell, they're good. So I went back, and they've been pulled down. So just completely by chance, I visited Cult 3D on the last day that, for whatever reason, I don't know what the business model of this fella was at this point. I still don't know 100% what he was doing. That these files were available. I mean, there were more than this, but these are the ones I pulled down because these are the ones I was thinking of using. And then the next day, bang, gone. So, oh, what's going on here? So I'd have had a little bit of more of a look. And I'll talk about that story in a second, but I'll just show you the big squigs. These fellas, I think I shrunk down, 3/4 again. I shrunk down to, 2/3, so 66%, I think, roughly. Again, they're supposed to be on 50x70s, or 50x75s, like Giants. But Giants can come on 50x50s as well, so I don't know why Giants have got allowed 50x50 and these guys have got to go 50x75, but that will probably be like that, 50x75, with a bit hanging up the back, so not a big deal. But you've got to shrink them down to fit the bases, otherwise it's no good if the feet are like hanging off the sides of the bases. That's no good. It's no good. So we printed off 2 of these. I think they were like maybe 6 or 4 different variants. I mirrored this one just to give it a bit more interest. So they were both kind of facing outwards. So I've met this, one's facing out, one's facing in now. And then the Night Gobbling Heroes. This is on a cave squig. I think I had to shrink this down 20% to get it to a size that I thought would. There's a lot of like trial and error in this, and if you're printing an army, once you've got your scale together, you know what size you want stuff to come out, then you've just got to scale it to that size. But the first time you print it, I mean, quite often you print it and it's completely out of whack, and you got to go, oh, it's not really going to work, and you have to get rid of it and start again. But I kind of spent a bit of time, you know, like measure twice, cut once, so scaled twice, print once, and they all came out all right. I'm quite happy with all of them. I think I'll be using all of them. Now, so we went back to EmanG. And he'd taken down all his designs, and as I said, I think there were quite a lot. So I think, from what I can guess, sorry, not guess, because I've actually done some work on it. He had a Patreon account, and he may still have a Patreon account going, but he's had to kind of shut it down because GW came after him, and they didn't come after him in a normal kind of friendly cease and desist way. They came after him in a you're shutting down and we're going after you kind of way, which is not normal for them. But I mean, they are a $1 billion company. This is not like nickel and dime, you know, with the best will in the world, you know, like someone like Mantic or Warlord or something. The pockets of GW now are getting to the scale of like Coca-Cola or, you know, one of these big companies with big pockets who can afford very expensive lawyers, and it's just the cost of doing business to them now, lawyers. So I'll tell you, I will read out what the statement by EmanG. I haven't even mentioned his name yet. So it's capital E, Man, M-A-N, and G, capital G. So EmanG. So that was his handle. And he put up a message on the 23rd of January, which was, as I said, I think it was the day, it might have actually been the day I downloaded these, or certainly the day after, at worst. So, okay, so he says, farewell. Greetings, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I've been under a lot of pressure for these last 5 months and wanted to give this notice and my final goodbyes beforehand. I've already discussed this with the moderators, and I ask that all members and supporters please read the following. In September 2023, Games Workshop Limited filed a series of claims with the Copyright Claims Board, a tribunal under the United States Copyright Office in Washington, D.C. I immediately went to work seeking a legal representative for this case, and worked to find a way to appeal my position. By December of 2023, attempts to negotiate with the claimant's attorney were made and refused. After multiple consultations and meetings with legal counsel, I will likely have to file for bankruptcy, with the damages of these legal charges being levied against me. Due to the requirement of the case, I will be closing down the business and removing all materials that the claimant has outlined by Wednesday 24th, 2024. All related uploads on Cults 3D and posts on patreon.com will be removed. Charges for the month of January will be suspended, and the Patreon will be put on hiatus. The removed content will not be returning. So all these miniatures and any other miniatures that he produced, and I can't believe he was giving them away for free. It just seems absolutely bonkers, because these are pretty professional sculpts that would have taken quite a lot of time to produce. The removed content will not be returning. Anyone who requires a refund for the month of January may message me and I will oblige. Supporters within the community are welcome to stay, but the release of new models shall be delayed indefinitely. Any uploads of my previous work that you may come across on the sites like eBay, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, and some others will not have been done by me. Know this going forward. Finally, so basically, if you're seeing anybody selling STLs and stuff of these, they can't do that because this guy has closed down. So I guess you could give them away. But finally, I wanted to express my appreciation for all the support I've received from the printing community over the years. Even before I began this venture on Patreon, and was doing this work gratis being free. I always looked forward to new prints and showcases of painted models by the many talented individuals across the wargaming scene. Creating miniatures and scale models for printing was not only my passion, but my dream job. I think that's ideal dream job. I must also give a special thanks to Pierre and his team at Cult 3D. I could not have come this far without the utility of their website. I love you all and wish you the best. Regards, EmanG. And that's it. That's it. So, it's one of those kind of like, I'm lucky to have found the bits I found, but I'm kind of pissed that I didn't get, because I wasn't into fantasy at that time, or age shitmar, I guess it would have been at that time. I didn't get the other bits. But no. So is life. So yeah, a sad story. A sad story. I don't know what is. I don't. As I said, I haven't looked too much into the Patreon because the Patreon's not up and running at the moment. I guess because of whatever's happened. And I don't know what the Patreon model was, and I don't know how many people he had. Was he like a thousands of subscribers a month kind of guy? I don't know. And then how did the stuff after it had been on Patreon? Ended up on Cult 3D. Don't know the answers to any of those questions. It's really sad. Hopefully the guy's not going to be made bankrupt, because I mean GW have really flexed their muscles on this one and shut him down, and he ain't coming back. Or if he does come back, he certainly won't be sailing close to the wind with GW, or certainly not this close to the wind. We had a similar issue with some Epic and some War Master stuff, didn't we? With our German friend, whose name skips me at the moment. Oh, anyway. When I did start off Blackgate, I deliberately went as far away from GWIP as humanly possible. So yeah, I did it in the 10mm scale. Yeah, I did ogres and demons, but there was absolutely no way that GW could claim in any way, shape or form that I went anywhere near their IP, because I didn't, deliberately, because I didn't want what happened to this poor fucking fella to happen to me. But hey ho. So maybe not so benign, Games Workshop, maybe not so benign this time. Anyway, so if anybody does have any of the remainder of the files and they're feeling generous, then you can always pop me a chat, and I can print some more off when I get around to it and talk about them. You could be like a yeah. Anyway, let's not go on about it too much. Tomorrow's another day. So this is just a video to share this EmanG stuff and his sad demise.